All right, we've got the Coronet here. We're gonna fire it up, give it a cold start. She is mechanically sound. She fires right up, and we're gonna pull it over here to this opening and go through some operations. Go ahead, fire it up, Vince. Shelly's two-footed, she's cold-blooded. There goes the top operation. Still idling a little high. It'll warm right up and it'll kick right down. I'm standing about a little bit over 10 feet away from the car. And, you know, it's definitely a 15-footer, I'd say. Top's in great shape. Excellent top. Definitely door. And let's check out the lights here. Give me signals. Yup. All right. Now let's check out the signals in the front. You got your high beams on if you want to step on them. There they are. Yep. Wipers. There goes the side up. Nice. Saved itself. The dash has not been cut. There's your interior lights working. So I did mount that radio right there underneath it. And since we're here, we'll start at this door. As you can see, the paint, I mean, I can kind of see some light and dark spots in the paint. I don't know if wet sanding it would you know, benefit and really help the car. But, you know, like I said, it's definitely a driver quality paint job on it. You know, nothing show quality. A little bit of imperfections in the paint, as you can look right there. That, I mean, oh, those are coming right off my finger now. Front bumper, it looks like it did have some bumper guards on it at once that they either decided to take off, you know, but it's in okay shape. It's nothing that I would say I wouldn't be afraid to drive. And you know, you drive around cruising, Sunday cruises, fair weather cruises, local shows, things like that. It has been in a couple of shows back in its day, as you can see, ever since the late 80s and up until the early 2000s. You know, this car was being shown off and driven and enjoyed. Nice thing is that there's like no major dents or anything like that on the car. You know, aside from, like I mentioned, the paint having some, you know, you really have to look closely, but some areas are a little bit darker than others. Not sure if it would have originally came with a black steering wheel, but you know, once again, parts for these cars are definitely hard to find. Yeah, you really can't get any reproduction parts for this car, but you got your dome lights working back there. Upholstery is nice. No rips or tears or anything like that. Door shuts great, and if you notice right here, just fitment in that one compared to the passenger side door. The passenger side one is a lot nicer, and you can kind of get an idea from this angle. I don't think it's the weather stripping. Oh, it's definitely, I mean, it is newer, but it wouldn't make it kind of bulge the way that does. And the rear quarter, like we mentioned, I think that there's definitely, you know, been some work there. And we'll get it up on the lift in just a moment to kind of completely go through it. Rear bumper's in decent shape. Front bumper, I'd say, looks a little bit nicer. And this car wasn't polished or wheeled out or anything when it came in. We didn't think that, you know, it would be something that would, you know, dramatically change the look of the car. You know, but it is in decent shape here. There's that other rear quarter. And I can see where some metal was welded in there. Once again, I wouldn't say it was a great restoration, but you know, they definitely gave it their best shot at what he can accomplish in this barn. There's the top again, looks really nice. What we'll do is we'll get it up on the lift. It's on the other side of the building, right over there, and we'll let you check out the undercarriage. All right, so we've got the Coronet on the lift. What we'll do is we'll start from the front and make our way back. Core support looks good. Front disc brakes looks like some parts have been changed, but not changed from their originality, of course. And you know, you do notice some oxidizing and some surface rust on the bottom of the car. Exhaust is newer. Well, at least the mufflers, I should say. Rear end looks good. It's not dripping, it's not saturated. It looks like there was some sort of coating or rust proofing that was applied in some spots. Well, it looks good. Let's see how the tank looks. Tank looks well, and you can see this rubberized coating. This is very common for a lot of Midwest cars. It's something that a lot of guys do. Well, let's check out these quarters, or those lowers where they kind of welded in some sheet metal there for reinforcement. You can definitely use some finishing touches, but overall it's you know, a good clean slate to start your restoration.